Of this man in Rice Village. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Sion Rhodes in for Lauren Freeman. This is exclusive video of the arrest involving a case of animal cruelty. And we want to warn you, the details of this story can be sensitive for some viewers. We first reported this arrest on our KPRC app using a mobile alert. Channel 2 investigator Mario Diaz was there when the arrest happened. He is live now near Rice Village with what investigators know. Mario?
Sion, this man was arrested behind me early this morning. Our cameras were there as he was walked out in handcuffs. Investigators say he has committed some horrible, horrible acts. He is now facing 3 counts of bestiality. The victims in this case, man's best friend.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video. So today we're going to be talking about one of the most well-known zoophiles on the YouTube platform, and that's being Aluzky. Before we get into the video, I will disclaimer that we are going to be talking about some pretty heavy topics such as abuse, animal abuse, zoophilia, bestiality, stuff like that. So if you're not about that, obviously click off. But if some of you guys want to know more about who this disgusting human being is and expose some of the disgusting stuff he does on his YouTube channel, by all means stay. So Aluzky, if you guys don't know, he had a YouTube channel that had almost 9,000 subscribers and he had over like 4.5 million views. One of his views alone has 3 million views. But that was before CoffeeZilla did a video talking about him and talking about the community he's around, which prompted a lot of people on Twitter to get a hold of Twitter, in which Twitter was actually able to just delete his account. But lo and behold, he's back again. He has about 80 subscribers, I believe. But he's still posting and doing the disgusting stuff on his YouTube channel. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So on his YouTube channel, if you go over to a description, I always like going to the description first because that's usually where you can get to find out who they are and the kind of person they are. So his description reads, Aluzky is a proud zoo and vegan activist since 2005. I debate, educate, and ridicule the zoophobes and bigots. So immediately you guys can probably tell he is a massive narcissist and he's a complete just absolute asshole. Just going by the just first description, you know, talking as if he's better than you and he wants to debate and ridicule people who are against him. Also the fact that he also always says bigots. You guys are going to find this out later on too. He will always go to the default bigot. Bigot has also lost all meaning. It's the same as woke. It's just lost all meaning. You know, people use it for everything. You know what I mean? Like the fact that he's going to use bigot, which is a term that's mostly used for people who will criticize people because of their sexuality or sexes or whatever. He's going to use it because you're against him having sexual intercourse with animals, pretty much abusing animals, and he's going to label you as a bigot. It's complete gaslighting and it's disgusting. And this is just goes to show how much of an awful person he is. My personality is stoic and introverted. I'm very intelligent. My morality code is ultraliberalism. I enjoy gaming, dogs, anime, manga, drawing, animation, and electronic music. I'm an ally to all sexualities without exception. I'm not a bigot nor a hypocrite. For your information, supporting all sexuality doesn't mean I support crimes that a few individuals of those sexualities may do. For example, if I support homophiles/gays, that doesn't mean I support homophiles that do. I'm against criminal acts and don't mind people who do victimless acts. Criminal acts defined as acts that create a victim, either by harming them or harming their property. I'm agnostic and against the major religions for obvious reasons. They want to murder us because of our sexuality, so I advocate against religion. Discord, Twitter, total historical YouTube views. Yeah, no one gives a shit. You don't have those anymore, so why even put them? So some of the big things that worries me in this is the I'm an ally to all sexualities without exceptions. I mean, that's just a dangerous statement. I mean, are you okay with pedophiles? But he does bring it up saying that doesn't mean I support some of the small majority of people in those groups do, which again is a disgusting statement, especially if we're going to bring up the pedophile argument. I am going to bring up this sexuality for a very specific reason, because he tends to try to sway away from it. He doesn't like talking about it. But I'm going to force this upon him because I'm assuming you're watching my video, Aluzky, because you always have to watch what people have to say about you because you're an absolute narcissist. And you constantly need to debate with people even though you know you're wrong, and it's absolutely disgusting. So if you're watching this, please explain exactly what you mean when you say that you support them until they do like a crime or something. You shouldn't be supporting pedophiles at all, or anyone who is going to take advantage of any sort of anything. Like it's just gross. It's absolutely disgusting. So it's weird that he brings up the if I support homophiles/gays, that doesn't mean I support homophiles that. Why use that example? That seems kind of You know, if you're going to call me a bigot, that seems kind of bigoted for you to say, especially when you could have used the examples of pedophiles and the fact that, you know, if you consume that kind of content, that's okay. But if you do the content, you're bad. No, it's all bad. It's all disgusting, and you're a disgusting human being. So that's his description. We're going to get into a little bit of his videos. His videos are pretty tamed. For the most part, he does gaming. Obviously, most of his videos, he does a little like teaser at the beginning of his wallpaper, which usually shows an animal in a very sexual, suggestive position, which is absolutely disgusting, and you know exactly what he's doing. But for the most part, some of his videos are tamed, but some of his videos are completely wild. So one of his videos in specific, titled Labrador Grooming Drying After Bath. If you guys don't know what that little symbol is, it's a Zeta symbol. It's what the zoophiles use to identify themselves and to do whatever. I really don't care. It's disgusting. But this video is very interesting for one reason. Obviously, the thumbnail is absolutely disgusting. I'm probably going to blur it because I don't think you guys want to see it. But yeah, he's got his dog's thing just on full display in the thumbnail. But the reason why I'm talking about this specific video is because of his comments in the comments. So his pinned comment made by him, and he also loves his own posts, which is absolutely cringe. He says, "I'm a scientist researching dog and human relationships. If you need me, I'll be in the lab." Meme. So yeah, absolutely disgusting. You know, I that's just weird, creepy, cringe. But we're gonna talk about the comments that are leading afterwards. So we got this weird Sophie Nazi, which is looks like they're My Little Pony fan. They say, "Are you in the lab quite often?" He says, "I've been in the lab for a few times and finished my research inside of the lab. Not often, maybe like 8 times. You need to know at least the 2 days of privacy to work in the lab, and that doesn't happen often." In which they said, "What was the best lab experience you've had recently? I hope the results were satisfaction this visit." We also have this person here saying, "Aluzky, nice, glad to see your research making dogs happy," with the squirty emoji. I don't know how this doesn't violate the policies. Yes, they're not talking specifically about what they're doing, but at the same time, I'm sure everyone's not bots, and I'm sure everyone on YouTube kind of knows exactly what he's alluding to. But how is this okay? Because if you guys don't know, there's a gray area when it comes to zoophiles. So basically, zoophilia is allowed on the YouTube platform as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know from the YouTube policies. But you can't talk about bestiality. You can't talk about actually having sexual relations with an animal. But Aluzky does it constantly, as you guys will find out. He constantly talks about it. So I don't know how he's not banned again. You know what I mean? That's what got him banned in the first place, was him alluding to having sexual intercourse with animals. But he got around that by not talking about it as often, but now he's straight up talking about it all the time. You know, you can't help this weirdo. So says underneath it, he says, "Friendly reminder that I'm a zoophilia or a zoophile, not a zoo sadist. I don't dogs, so why don't you look up actual animal? Go complain about them animals. Why you have to come here to make bullshit comment?" So this is also another thing with Aluzky, is he identifies him as someone who doesn't sexually abuse his animals. So he'll say he's not his animals and that they can consent, which is a huge argument he has on his channel. Aluzky, you're a fucking idiot. Animals cannot consent to sexual acts. Oh, but Aluzky's gonna say, "Oh, but Cameron, they can let you know when they want to get pet. What's the difference?" There's a huge difference. First of all, you're getting sexual satisfaction, which is absolutely disgusting, from an animal. That is not something you should be doing. We're better than that. We've always been better than that, and it's gross. It's disgusting, and you need fucking help. All right, at the end of the day, you need help. Another example in the same comment section. In this exact same comment section, another example of him pretty much admitting to having sexual intercourse with his animals is we have another person here commenting, "Why does his butt look like that, Aluzky? That's not normal." Which Aluzky says, "Dog butts come in all shapes and colors. His butt looks like that since birth. There's no defects or anything. And I've seen several dogs with butts like that. Obviously, unless you keep staring at hundreds of dogs' butts, you won't find those who look the same." And then this guy said, "Aluzky, so you don't penetrate him?" In which Aluzky says, "I do, but his butt already looked this way before I was inside of him. He has a normal dog butt." So there you go, another example of him admitting to it. If YouTube sees this video, please take down his channel. I mean, I don't advocate for a lot of channels to be taken down, but he's straight up admitting to this stuff now. So he's no longer being coy about it. He's no longer being around the bush with it. He's straight up promoting this stuff. And it's absolutely disgusting. Another video I want to bring up, and this one is way less subtle than what he was talking about in the original. And there's a video, how to properly grab a leaf. And as you can see, or not see, because I'll probably blur it, he cuts the leaf to be in the shape of a certain phallic object. which is absolutely disgusting. Again, he's trying to preach this kind of disgusting stuff on the YouTube platform. It's no longer zoophilia. It's actually him promoting this disgusting stuff. So in the comments too, he also gives you a very descriptive way on how to grab a leaf. Advice for grabbing a leaf. Try to grab the leaf when you know you will have privacy and no interruptions. Obtain consent from the tree before, during the grabbing of the leaf. Aluzky, trees can't consent. Trees cannot consent to you grabbing their leaves. I don't care what you say. Trees cannot consent to you grabbing their leaves. Keep your nails short and filed. Long, sharp nails could scratch and hurt the leaf. Preferably, keep your hands moist. Keep the leaf moist, especially when returning the leaf to its place. Saliva works well. Have fun with the leaf and not at all cost any distressing or harming the tree. You're already harming the tree. I don't care how delicately you're handling the leaf. You're harming the tree. You're harming everything about the tree and around the tree. And just stop touching trees. Just stop touching trees. It's that simple. Another video too that's a little bit concerning is he like drank milk from his dog's tit, which is like, what the hell, man? What the hell? There's so many milk options out there. We got almond milk. We got soy milk, which is something you probably enjoy. We got just milk. We got chocolate milk. We got strawberry milk. Why are you going for your dog's milk? It's so weird, man. He's such a weird. Also, I want to bring up, and I don't know if this is a glitch on my end, but for whatever reason, he's getting ads on certain videos. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about the adpocalypse, you know what I mean? Let YouTube know that they're playing ads on a person who's promoting the abuse of animals. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm really going to talk about as far as an update of his channel goes and some of the disgusting stuff on his channel. We're going to go over to his Twitter a little bit because he's becoming more active on Twitter now. And basically on Twitter, I tweeted a while ago when I was doing content on him. I pretty much just said to a video or to a tweet he put, me and waifu are still alive and enjoying life. Nothing you bigots/zoophobes say or do can silence me. I'll come back over and over again and use my freedom of speech to speak facts about our sexuality and relationships. Zoo pride, zoo sexual, human rights, zoophile, LGBT, persevere. Shut the fuck up. And that's exactly what I said. I quote tweeted and I just said, shut up. In which he, a day ago, says, I will shut up the day I die from old age, in which I said, or you will in jail, lol, didn't you go already once? So if you guys couldn't tell, Aluzky was baiting me there to say, I hope you die a lot sooner than that, or I hope that comes quicker, because he loves to report accounts. He loves to bait people into saying stuff, use their raw emotions in what he's doing to manipulate them into saying something that can get them banned off Twitter or whatever. It's like, I'm not going to fall for that. You know what I mean? And also to mention the jail, if you guys look up Aluzky on YouTube, you can see that someone was arrested, and I don't know why that correlates with the thing. I'm assuming that's because he's been arrested, but again, I'm not going to assume. I'm hoping to find out from him personally. Anyways, if you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe. Hopefully we can get more subs than him. I'd appreciate it if you guys were able to do that for me. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.